Welcome to Alternative Health. I'm Valerie Saxion, and today we're going to be talking about something that is absolutely plaguing people today. And you may be one of those people. I know every time I turn the television on, I hear commercials for this issue, what to take for this particular problem. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about your cholesterol. Do you have good cholesterol? Do you have bad cholesterol? Do you have ugly cholesterol? Are you ashamed to give your cholesterol numbers? And worse, do you know what your cholesterol actually is? Unfortunately, today you don't have to be of a certain age to be at risk for having high cholesterol. I think you would have to just kind of live and breathe and eat the typical American diet, or wherever you may live, eat wrong foods, fast foods, the wrong fatty foods, and so forth, and end up with some pretty serious issues that, while you might say, well, it's just a little, high cholesterol, then you have to look at it really as this is an issue that can cause problems long term. And as I said, unfortunately, it used to be, when people got to a certain age, they might have their cholesterol checked. But now we're seeing it even in children. A few years ago, I actually counseled someone and their son. He was 13 years old, and had high cholesterol. Was he overweight? No, actually he was on the thin side. I have counseled skinny people that had through the roof cholesterol issues. You can't look at someone and go, oh yeah, I bet they have high cholesterol, and and I bet they have high blood pressure, and they've got all these other issues going on. No, this is something that across the board, as I said, is plaguing people, and it is a serious issue because of the other problems, the other disorders and diseases that can come from having high cholesterol. So it's very, very important to keep it under control. And if you're one of those people that says, well, mine's not high, but it's been kind of borderline, well, you know what, the time to do something is now. Don't wait till you get over that mark where, okay, it's an issue, you better take something. And almost without fail, invariably, when you're listening to the commercials for the pharmaceutical drugs for high cholesterol, what do you hear? If you have liver problems, consult your doctor. By taking this medication, you better have your liver checked every 3 months. And it goes kind of on and on and on, because every time you are taking a medication, I don't care if it's over the counter or if you're taking a drug that is prescribed by your doctor, there are side effects. And what we have to realize is that we need to get that cholesterol under control and use those medications as a bridge, and at the same time be supplementing, be taking and doing the right things to get that cholesterol under control so that you're controlling it, it's not controlling you. You know what I'm saying? Now, I want to tell you something that I have counseled. I don't know how many people that I've answered this question. I don't know how many places, and it is something that I do a couple of times a day. It's the 2 supplements that I take, and I don't have high cholesterol, never have had high cholesterol, praise the Lord, but I've been taking the things that are great historically for high cholesterol, and I've had the nurse in my doctor's office say, what are you doing? People are literally dying to get your cholesterol numbers. Why? Well, because, and once again, it's a major problem. My cholesterol, my bad cholesterol is extremely low. My good cholesterol is like not even in the range. It's over the chart, which is a good thing. That's not necessarily a bad thing. That's a good thing when that kind of stuff, the good stuff is out of bounds. So what do? I take CoQ10 and polycosanol. I know it kind of sounds like something should be in a Disney movie or something, but those 2 things, and I have been taking them for years upon years upon years. Why? Because they work. They absolutely work, and I'm going to give you a lot of those benefits, but just to give you a little teaser here on the polycosanol, one study on 179 older aged people showed that had been taking the polycosonol, that they showed a reduction in total cholesterol of 13% and a drop of 16% in LDL cholesterol. Now, this is huge. Of course, your LDL cholesterol is your bad cholesterol, so it dropped by 16%, and this is over a 6 to 8 week period. So those are pretty big numbers. On a positive note, it also increased by 14% their good cholesterol, their HDL. And so this is some major numbers here in a short period of time. The exciting thing about polycosonol is that it not only lowers the bad, but at the same time helps increase the good. So you're getting the double whammy. You're getting rid of the bad and increasing the good. And any time that you're doing that with any situation in your life, in your body, then you're going to get results. So polycosonol is one of them, and I'll be sharing more about that with you, but also the CoQ10. Now, I do supplement with CoQ10, and I do because some of the foods that it's found in, I just don't eat a lot of. One of the things, and that has actually the highest level, is rape seed, that is RAPE, seed oil. And I don't get near rapeseed oil. That is what is added to a lot of peanut butter. But it's also what's used for nerve gas. So I just really stay away from that, but it is very high naturally in CoQ10. Sesame oils, rice bran, soybeans. Of course, in this country, soybeans is the #1 genetically altered food, so I do stay away from that as well. Organ meats, no, I don't eat organ meats. So some of the things that naturally contain high levels of CoQ10 are not in my diet whatsoever. So I have no option but to supplement. But when you hear all of the wonderful things that CoQ10 can do for you, not just in the cholesterol area, but in a lot of other ways, when you hear that, you want to take CoQ10 because it has so many added benefits on top of the lowering cholesterol. So as far as nuts go, just to cover the foods, hazelnuts, chestnuts, pistachios, which I love those, but it's not like the ones that are typically the easiest to get. Sesame seeds are great. In vegetables, cabbage, spinach, potato, onions, and carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, garlic, eggplant, sweet potato. Now, some of those are obviously cruciferous vegetables. They are not good for somebody with a low thyroid, which I have a low thyroid. I always tell not always, but occasionally I've told my children that they've sucked the life out of my thyroid because the more children you have, the more depleted typically that the mom's thyroid is going to be lowered and be depleted because that's the only hormone that the female body does not increase production of when she is pregnant, and then of course has that baby. Then there's that big lull in the thyroid, and so many women wonder why they can't lose weight after having a baby. Well, if your thyroid's not working right, you're going to have a very difficult time losing that weight with the low thyroid because your metabolism is just not where it's supposed to be without the thyroid functioning properly. So somebody with a low thyroid, such as myself, I don't want to eat cruciferous vegetables because while they are high in CoQ10, they are iodine blockers. And those iodine blockers will actually block iodine from getting to your thyroid, feed that thyroid, and get it pumping right. So you have to look at, weigh it out. Well, I don't have a thyroid problem, but I want to get this cholesterol down, so I'm going to eat more of these foods. So you have to focus on that. But once again, I got to tell you, I supplement because of all of the benefits and making sure that I get enough in a day of my CoQ10 and of my polycosonol so that I just don't have any of these issues. And my mom, grandma, everybody in the family had high cholesterol. And I don't want to go there. So if I know that is something that ran in my family, despite the fact that my diet is very different, I want to do what I can do to prevent, to have that caution of, hey, I don't want to go that route. I want to make sure my cholesterol is where it needs to be, what it needs to be, and then it's not going to turn into another major problem down the road. So we're talking about polycosanol, we're talking about CoQ10, and I'm going to get into some detail when we come back. So I want you to stay right there. I'll be back in just a minute.
Are you one of the millions constantly dealing with high cholesterol? Are you overwhelmed with what to do with that bad cholesterol and trying to figure out how you can get the good cholesterol up? Studies show polycosanol and CoQ10 may be just what you're looking for. The majority of those dealing with high cholesterol are known to be deficient in CoQ10. Give the body what it needs. Give the body what it's missing. Give your body CoQ10. And with your CoQ10, add polycosanol. Polycosanol is sugarcane wax. Polycosanol has shown to not only lower bad cholesterol, but aids the body in raising good cholesterol. Together, CoQ10 and polycosanol have no known side effects, but may give you the results you're looking for and the results you desperately need. Call 1-800-493-1146 now and order your CoQ10 and polycosanol package, or visit us on the web, www.valeriesaxion.com. Mention the show, and by ordering 2 bottles of CoQ10, you'll get a bottle of polycosanol for free. An amazing value with amazing results.
Welcome back to Alternative Health. I am talking about cholesterol today. The bad cholesterol that, according to numbers, probably many of you out there watching have issues with bad cholesterol. Or you might say, well, I don't have those issues anymore, but are you on medication, or did you change your diet? Are you supplementing? What are you doing? We want to find out how to get the bad cholesterol down, get the good cholesterol up, and get it working for you instead of against you. And so many people don't have any clue to the fact that your good cholesterol does so much for you. So many good things, everything from manufacturing your hormones to, it's a great thing. So you want to get the good guys up and get rid of the bad guys. So what are the benefits of CoQ10? And once again, I said CoQ10 is one of my favorite supplements. Been taking it for many, many years. I don't even know how many years. I've kind of lost track. But let's just start off with aging and life extension. CoQ10 is actually said to retard various aspects of the aging process, including the aging of the brain. Praise the Lord for that one. It also is said to possess life extension qualities. Life extension. Now we have to realize that as we get older, which we can't stop, we're all going to get older, but we can stop or delay the aging process. Now, studies show that as someone gets older, that naturally the CoQ10 that naturally occurs within their body, because your body contains CoQ10, usually just not sufficient amounts because of diet and so forth, but the natural levels of CoQ10 in your body start declining as we get older. So that's why so many times, we can get away with things when we're 25, 30, 35, 40, right? And then it's just like something kind of, triggers somewhere along the way, and things start, you start noticing differences in your body. You start noticing differences in your sleep patterns. So you want to make sure that you are compensating for the fact that your body may not be manufacturing enough, that the years of doing bad stuff might be catching up with you, or whatever your situation is. But as we get older, our natural levels of CoQ10 start to decline. All the more reason to supplement, of course. CoQ10 helps to stabilize the heartbeat in arrhythmia patients, helps to prevent hardening of the arteries. Is that not amazing? That is such an issue, and of course that's so related to heart disease and strokes and so many different things, and yet this is something that when we're younger we have pretty good levels, and we decline as we get older. And yet this is something naturally that helps to prevent the hardening of the arteries. It is approximately 62%, get this, approximately 62% of cardiovascular disease patients, 62% of heart patients are found to be deficient in CoQ10. 62%. Now those are some pretty big numbers. In fact, that's almost 2/3. So basically, if you were looking at 3 people that would be 2 out of those 3 people are deficient in CoQ10 that would in that heart disease category. And we have to realize, once again, as I'm saying, I want to encourage you, put back in the body what the body starts losing, so that the body can do what it already knows how to do. CoQ10 is said by some patients to alleviate congestive heart failure, to lower blood pressure. So we're talking about cholesterol, but then people find that it's very, very beneficial for high blood pressure as well. It improves the condition of 91% of heart attack patients within 30 days of initializing CoQ10 supplementation. That's huge. Huge. 91%. So almost every single person after having a heart attack, if they would supplement with CoQ10, could begin that healing process significantly faster than someone who wasn't giving the heart what it needs. It's also excellent to help prevent strokes. And actually the study goes on to say, and to prevent mortality, to prevent death in people who actually experience a stroke. So by taking this, that even if the person did, go into this unfortunate situation and have a stroke, that it would help to prevent death in that situation. And the body knows how to heal when we give it opportunity. It helps to improve blood circulation. It helps to normalize the body when there have been blood clots. It concentrates, CoQ10 concentrates in the heart, as I've been discussing, so it actually helps many, many aspects of the heart in general. And we all want a strong heart, don't we? Spiritually, physically, every way we can get it. Clogged arteries, it's excellent. It helps with angina. It is a component of almost every single cell within your body. That right there says, okay, this is already occurring in my body, so if I supplement with it, I don't have to worry about side effects, like so many of the medications, because this is something my body already has. So that's what so many people don't get is like, if you're taking something the body already has, it's like food to the body. It's natural to the body. The body knows what to do with it, versus when we put chemical substances in it or on it. In fact, just a total side note, but I was getting my hair done the other day, and the lady was telling me, hey, make sure, and she knows what I do, but didn't know any extent, and she said, now make sure you don't use any of those shampoos with sulfates or any of that stuff, because it just strips your hair. It's really not good for you. And I said, oh, I know. And so this is someone in a completely different industry, in a chemical-driven industry, saying, hey, don't put those chemicals on you. All of that stuff coming in the body, whether it's through your pores or through your mouth, all of that stuff, your body has to determine what to do with it. And if those are chemicals that the body is not used to and doesn't understand, you're going to have some issues from it. Maybe not now, but somewhere down the road, because your body has to figure out how to get rid of it, right? Okay, what else? CoQ10 helps with kidneys, chronic kidney failure. It is said to help prevent and treat age-related macular degeneration, helps to prevent glaucoma. All of these things are pretty amazing. Helps to stimulate the production of keratin in hair follicles. So isn't that amazing that this is something that will benefit you, the CoQ10, from your hair to your heart to your cholesterol to your blood pressure to just so many different areas. It says there have been studies that show that it helps to alleviate allergies, and people that have severe allergy attacks, that it helps to alleviate those symptoms. It increases the life expectancy of cancer patients. Well, when you're giving life back to cells, you're going to get some results. When you're giving life and giving it the right ingredients that the cell needs for healing and functioning properly, you're going to get some great results. You do the right stuff, you get the good results. CoQ10 facilitates the elimination of candida. Now, we've talked about candida in past shows, but of course that's a naturally occurring fungus yeast that's within the body. Everything from the mouth to the feet, it's everything from jock itch to vaginal yeast infections to thrush in the mouth to you name it. It is naturally occurring, and of course once it gets into an overgrowth situation, for some people it can be very difficult to get rid of. But CoQ10 actually aids the body in eliminating candida from the body. It also helps to fight and kill off detrimental bacteria, helps to reduce inflammation, it aids the body, I should say, in the resistance to viruses. So it's very, very broad spectrum. It increases our killer T cells, increases the immune system, great in preventing cirrhosis. Now you might be saying, oh, cirrhosis, okay, well I'm not a drunk, I don't know why you're talking to me. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. First of all, you need to shut your mouth. There's other reasons people get cirrhosis, and it can be from medications. My grandmother died of liver cancer, and she never drank in her whole life. Whatever alcohol might have been in a cough syrup or something. But she died of liver cancer, and she was on some very strong medicines for her eyes and for arthritis. And of course, we know a whole lot more about that stuff than we did then. And it ate her liver away. So if that's the case with you, if you're on a bunch of medications, you need to watch out for your liver. Do something about it. Make sure you're taking your CoQ10. Stay with me, because I'm coming back with more great cholesterol information.
Are you one of the millions constantly dealing with high cholesterol? Are you overwhelmed with what to do with that bad cholesterol and trying to figure out how you can get the good cholesterol up? Studies show polycosanol and CoQ10 may be just what you're looking for. The majority of those dealing with high cholesterol are known to be deficient in CoQ10. Give the body what it needs. Give the body what it's missing. Give your body CoQ10. And with your CoQ10, add polycosanol. Polycosanol is sugarcane wax. Polycosanol has shown to not only lower bad cholesterol, but aids the body in raising good cholesterol. Together, CoQ10 and polycosanol have no known side effects, but may give you the results you're looking for and the results you desperately need. Call 1-800-493-1146 now and order your CoQ10 and polycosanol package, or visit us on the web, www.valeriesaxion.com. Mention the show, and by ordering 2 bottles of CoQ10, you'll get a bottle of polycosanol for free. An amazing value with amazing results.
We're back, and we've been talking about cholesterol, good, bad, ugly, whatever your levels are, and the things that have historically been known to help get your cholesterol down naturally and safe and very, very effectively, as well as raise your good cholesterol. And that's exactly what we want. Now, we've been talking about CoQ10 and the fact that not only is it excellent for lowering cholesterol, but it's great for blood pressure, your heart, for your head, your hair, for so many different areas. So let's talk about the other thing that I've mentioned, which is polycosanol. Now, so many people say poly what? Poly who? Polycosanol. Polycosanol is excellent for lowering cholesterol, and the first article that I read on it by a medical doctor several years ago, he said, it's like a natural chelation. It's a natural chelator. And we've talked about that when we talk about chelation therapy, but chelation, just to go to the root word of that, is chele, which is Greek for claw. So, like a claw, to go in and actually claw out, to chelate and pull out what's in the arteries. Because what happens when that bad cholesterol crystallizes? Anybody know? Tell me your answer. Raise your hand. I tell you what happens. It's called plaque. It's called plaque. And we've all seen the pictures on TV, but those commercials where the plaque is getting, thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker in the arteries, and then all of a sudden barely anything's getting through, or that plaque breaks off and all of a sudden you've got a major issue on your hands, right? So the polycosanol, the benefits have shown that it is a natural chelator. So you might be saying, well, where do I get that polycosanol? Well, polycosanol actually comes from sugar cane wax. That's what that sugar stuff is supposed to be good for. It's supposed to be good for lowering your cholesterol, for getting rid of that plaque and that buildup, but also, as I began with some of the amazing numbers and percentages, it helps to raise your good cholesterol at the same time, which is very, very different from what is typical for the things that are out there on the market, because so many things, even a lot of the natural things, will help to lower bad cholesterol, but it's not doing anything to help raise your good cholesterol. And in fact, the numbers that we started with, if you recall, that in a study that was done on 179 older aged people, that their overall cholesterol dropped, of course, but their bad cholesterol dropped 16%, but there was a 14% increase in their good cholesterol. So they're getting the bad down, but getting the good back up in those levels where it's supposed to be. And these are two of the things that, as I said when we started, I have been taking for years and years and have recommended to absolutely countless people. Why? Because it works. And because they're so easy on the body. Neither the polycosanol nor the CoQ10 have any known side effects. It's pretty simple. No known side effects. Why? Because they're natural to the body. That sugarcane wax that polycosanol is extracted from is very natural to the body. The body knows what to do with it. Same thing with the CoQ10. Your body already contains it, has manufactured it. You take it, you supplement with it to get those levels back up. And hey, I don't want to end this show without saying, if you're having issues with your cholesterol, make sure you're eating right. Make sure you are doing the do's, and then get the right things to make a difference. Do what you need to do to be whole and well in every way. And if your cholesterol's good, hey, do something to keep it there. I'll be back next week. Thanks for watching me, Valerie Saxion, on Alternative Health, and learning more about your cholesterol and my cholesterol and what we can do about it and how to get the good part up and the bad stuff down. And if you want to know more, please give us a call at 1-800-493-1146 or visit me on the web, valeriesaxion.com.
Thanks for watching Alternative Health with Valerie Saxion. The information in this program is designed to bring you the latest in alternative health. Valerie's mission is to educate and encourage you to strive for and obtain a healthy body, soul, and spirit. From there, your purpose and calling can be achieved as God intended it to be. If the information in this program is helpful to you, start today and begin making those necessary life changes.
Something and it's just worn you out. Now, I could go on and on about that, but the health benefits of spirulina are absolutely amazing as well. And I want to get into some of these. Spirulina, and this is, specific studies, 12,000 milligrams a day are shown to alleviate anemia. Pretty amazing. I've had issues with anemia myself after birthing 8 kids. My body tends to be prone to anemia, but this is something that I can do and not have to deal with that. And I love it because I'm not a big red meat eater, so this just keeps me from having to eat red meat every once in a while. It's a whole lot easier on my stomach, and I can just break it down and use it. It inhibits abnormal blood clotting, helps to prevent arteriosclerosis. It helps to stimulate the production of blood cells, white blood cells, which of course is excellent for your immune, red blood cells, which is excellent for carrying oxygen throughout the body. It's great for lowering